Welcome back to the Money Mentor podcast with Graham Home. And today's very, very special guests are the amazing, the lovely, the very handsome, I mean, not too bad yourself, Christine, but the very, very handsome Mr. Geoff and Miss Christine White. How are we?
Good, G. How are you?
We're the Whites. We're the
we
Millers.
are the Whites. I love the Millers. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's one of my favourite movies.
Oh, well, there you go.
We're the Whites.
How are we?
Really good.
Good? You look very happy, actually.
Yeah, we are.
You look very tanned, mate.
I've got a reason.
Oh, okay. Let's not let all the secrets out of the box too prematurely. Let's so welcome. Thanks for coming, sharing a story. You guys have really embraced the infinity ethos since 2023 now?
Yeah.
Do you remember roughly when?
Yeah, it was August.
August. Okay, on a very romantic evening.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go back. How did you find us?
Well, you kind of popped up in my socials,
Right.
but it really started a bit earlier because you know how your socials listen in.
Yeah, with me poking Chris, trying to get her to look. So we had a little bit of money sitting there.
Yeah.
And we're dwindling. It was just slowly disappearing.
Right.
Yeah, not going anywhere with it.
I call that piss appearing. We usually
It was. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
And I kept sending her little
Links
snippets,
of things.
Oh, like podcasts and
of
ads
of
and
shitcoin and
something.
Yeah,
Investment
Elon Musk
opportunities.
stuff.
So just to give context, CPA.
Chartered
Oh,
accountant.
sorry,
Yeah.
CA.
Yeah, I'm a CA, thank you.
is
Yeah, I'm a
fucking
CA.
me.
Yeah.
CA, chartered accountant, CFO.
Yes.
Okay. So here you are sending the chartered accountant,
Yeah.
the chief financial officer,
Yeah.
the financial minister for war and finance here, the lovely wife, like shitcoin,
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
that. So you're chipping away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why were you chipping away at stuff?
Because I wanted to invest. I wanted to do something with what we had.
Okay.
Because we were both getting worried about our future.
Yeah.
And she kept coming back to me, scam, scam, everything. And I said
Persistence
to her,
beats resistance, Geoff.
Yeah.
It's like asking them out on a date. You got to keep chipping away.
Well,
They give in eventually.
Well, that must have, I don't know, was it?
It definitely influenced me.
Yeah.
Because I did like I knew what you were trying to achieve, but like I came from a really risk averse background. Like my parents didn't take any risks at all, and and if you go into a career like chartered accounting,
yeah, it's not like, hey, I'm going to go balls to the wall and be risky. It's kind of like, I'm going to follow line items and dollars and cents to the decimal point.
Yeah,
it's
very calculated. You're very careful about what you're doing, and you assess everything. I was saying, no, we're not doing that. But anyway, you popped up in my socials, and I thought, okay, Tuesday night, I could do that. I sat there, and you're out, I don't know, sitting on the couch watching TV. I went in and did the little free webinar, and then I burst out of the study. I threw the door open and said, I don't know what you're going to say, but I've just signed us up for a 2-day masterclass. And I've just spent a couple of grand. And you've just gone, what? Like,
all of a sudden,
a weekend?
a weekend, not on the bike?
You've done what?
And this is like, and then you're like, hang on a minute, I'm the one that's been provoking this shit.
Yeah. I was going to trust me. Like if it's a scam, it's a scam. But, a couple of grand, that's not going to kill us. It's worth having a look. Yeah, so that's kind of how we started.
Okay. So that was August 23.
August 23 was our masterclass.
And back then, so actually just give some context. So
Yes.
Geoff, what do you do for work?
I'm a panel beater by trade.
Panel beater, but can you beat this head and make it look pretty and give it a buff and polish? Can you box it in? No?
I'm sorry, mate. No.
Jeez. All right, head like a drop meat pie, can't even panel beat it, righto. So panel beater by trade. How long have you been doing that?
About 35 years.
The whole life.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And Christine?
Chartered accountant.
Chartered
accountant my whole life. So, been in heaps of different industries, but the last kind of 15, 16 years, I was doing operations and finance in the education sector.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So trade, skill, creative, handy. Unlike me, I'm fucking sexy fingers. Everything I touch, I can't even build a flat pack. I'm like an ashtray on a motorbike. Not allowed to build anything, so to pay people to build it. And very matter of fact, structured, calculated.
Calculated,
Good word.
yeah.
Okay. And how long you been in that field for?
30-something years.
Okay,
yeah.
so most of okay,
yeah,
cool.
my career, yeah.
And based in Canberra.
Yes,
Okay, were.
I was.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And you had about a 540?
Yeah, 540 something.
540,000 more.
Yeah.
How many years left to pay?
27.
Okay. So 540,000, 27. So you must have reefed. This typical every 3 to 5 years, 4 or 5 years. So 27 years left to pay. You guys have any investments when we started?
Yeah, we had one.
One over in Perth.
In Perth,
Perth,
yeah.
okay.
So this is back when we were trying to do something, improve our position. I tracked down a buyer's agent, investor's agency.
Did they wear
people.
socks?
No socks. No socks. There was shoes, no socks with now. With the roll cup thing.
It's like an industry thing, isn't
I know.
it? Real estate agents buy tight pants, no socks.
Should have known.
Goodness.
Anyway, these guys got us into something in Perth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And did all right?
It did okay.
Good,
It did okay. I think we were lucky.
Yep.
I think we were lucky that Perth was doing what Perth did at the
Okay.
time that we held it.
Okay. And what about life, toys, extracurricular activity? Do you have any caravans, jet skis, motorbikes, boats, toys, cars?
Yes.
Go, Geoff. What were our toys? What was our
That sounds
toy
all-
list?
Go, Geoff.
Yeah, we had a caravan.
Caravan,
We had a boat. We
boat,
had 2 Harleys.
2 Harleys.
A little XR5
Hang on.
turbo.
Caravan, boat, 2 Harleys,
Yeah, a little XR5 turbo.
XR5 turbo.
Yeah.
Skyline?
I've got the Skyline. Yeah.
Still got a
I've
Skyline.
still got that. Yes.
That's a different story. Maybe we don't let go of that one. Better
Yes.
keep going.
Yes.
Was that it?
Um,
All the ski gear, like water skiing and all of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Like-
So a lot.
We had a
a
lot
lot
of
of
stuff.
stuff,
That's why we
yeah.
ended up with a 27-year mortgage because we had to buy a bigger house to keep all the toys.
Okay.
mm,
So bigger house, the shed, the man cave,
Yeah.
the toys, the Skyline, the bikes. Okay. And decent sized mortgage, restructured. Why all the toys?
That was probably connected to the need to feel like we were living.
I feel like you were living.
Oh, and plus I had a bike. Like me and Chris only met each other. How long ago? Like 6 years now.
Yeah.
6 years now. So I was only.
Oh, that's why she still thinks you're so handsome. You're just so fresh.
Hot, yeah.
He's a hot piece of ass. You're in the honeymoon
He's
phase.
my second husband. He's hot, yeah. I'm happy.
Trade it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did to my
and-
first husband. He's all right.
Oh, he's all right, okay.
Yeah, and so I had a boat, and then I had a bike.
Right.
I had a car,
Yeah.
or 2 cars I had.
Okay.
But I had the
And
caravan.
then Chris had the caravan. Chris had a bike.
my bike.
Right.
So then when
So you got this coming together
Yeah.
of all
we
this
come in together,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shit.
I had a 2-bedroom unit townhouse that I was just renting.
Yeah.
Chris had a 4-bedroom
I had a
house.
townhouse,
or townhouse, townhouse that she owned, and we combined into one,
Right.
yeah.
and we had stuff everywhere.
But the toys
Yeah.
were really important to us because
Yeah,
that
they
was our. That's how we connected to feeling like we were living, and that's probably because of what happened to you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
True.
What happened?
I had a massive motorbike accident on that one bike that I had. Yeah,
Okay.
it's massive.
You survived.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I died twice.
Died. Whoa, hang on. Died twice.
Died twice. Bled out 3 times. Broke 8 bones in my back. Broke my tibia. Burst an adrenal gland. Multiple ribs broken.
Collapsed lung.
Collapsed lung. Yeah. So yeah, it was
How long ago?
6 years ago now.
6 years. Wait, so right at the beginning.
So we had only really just started dating
It was only like
3
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks we were
No
dating.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I was going to work and he had a truck.
It hit you or you hit it?
Well, I hit it. He done a right hand turn in front of me.
Right.
So yeah.
And wow. Okay, that's full on.
So
Do you remember it without going into?
No, but
Okay.
I've I've been told what happened.
Yeah.
So I come up over a crest of a hill. He was coming out right in, turn in front of me. I laid the bike down on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And then the bike high-sided me and threw me into the truck.
Good hell.
So, yeah. And it was only luckily the ambulance was only about 2 minutes away.
Right.
In the same suburb.
Right.
And come around. They obviously got there and picked me up, took me to the hospital. They weren't going to operate on me. They were going to let me go. And then one of the doctors turned around and said, well, look at him. He's as fit as a fiddle. He's a non-smoker. Let's just give him a go.
Give him a crack. Oh, literally? So one of the doctors went, what are you kidding yourself? He's
Yeah. And he convinced the other doctors to
have a
hook
crack.
in. So 16 of them jumped on me and away they went.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I think they said when I got the call, it was like you had a 3% chance of survival. Like you were gone.
Jeez, you owe that doctor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we ran into some of the staff that looked after him when we got out of hospital, like they could not believe he was alive.
He's fit as a fucking fiddle.
Yeah.
Jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was gay, I'm kind of like, sorry, Christine.
A lot of work, a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I've
Rehab and
put
physio.
back into myself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you would have had to learn everything all over again.
Yeah, correct.
And you've got an injury in your hand that
I've
makes
got
work.
brachial plexus damage in
difficult.
this arm, so I've got nerve damage in
Yeah,
this
mine wasn't
hand.
as bad as yours, and I
Yeah.
know the feeling.
Yeah.
It took me
Yeah.
18 months to be able to lift fingers and wrists
Yeah.
and pins and needles
Yeah.
still in your sleep. Yeah,
It's
nowhere
hard.
near as bad as yours. So,
Mm.
so that gives a fair bit of context
Mm.
to bikes and vans and independently, but also
Yeah,
together. Then
together.
to be like, right, we're living.
Yeah, exactly.
We're living, Barry.
Yeah, it was really what Barry was.
We're living.
It was
Barry.
our definition of living was spending money, using the toys, but we had no direction. We had no
Right.
purpose.
No.
It was like, I think of the analogy of being on a football pitch with no goalposts on either end.
Just playing.
We're just playing.
Fine.
We're just
Right.
around in the middle, you know.
But in those first couple of years, it wouldn't have been a concern, surely, because it was like you would have been happy to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Full of life, lucky to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm assuming the first years you didn't give a
Yeah,
fuck, right?
no.
Like you're living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so front and centre
Yeah.
when something like that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are literally, every day was a gift.
Yeah, wake up every morning and just say, yes, I'm here again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, at what point did that change? Because you said before, Geoff, you were like, "What about this? What about?" So at some point, something's changed. You go, okay, you've literally died a couple of times. You're lucky to be here, a couple of percent chance. You're living for the moment. Cool, I get that. But when did that shift? Because clearly, if you're pumping Christine with all, hey, what about shitcoin? What about this? Something changed at some point where you're like, well, I'm fucking still here. I'm getting up every day. I'm feeling good, as good as you can. I'm fighting fit. We've fucking got to do something different. When did that change, do you reckon? Was it years later, months later?
Oh,
I reckon it was after we got married.
yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, most probably, yeah. Yeah, and we just looked at each other and just, like I got a small payout from a compensation claim.
Yeah, I love a small one.
Yeah.
Died multiple times.
Yeah.
Lucky to be. Small little payout.
Small payout.
Oh, you can walk and talk. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Get
can't
insurance
work full
companies.
time or anything.
Yeah,
but
I was
Yeah.
lucky to get that.
you were lucky.
Very lucky to get that. Yeah, and that money was just starting to go away, and I was always pretty good with money. I was always not a big spender,
Yeah.
That's me.
but yeah,
So the calculated person's the spender.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm actually a creative in the background. I went down a career path because I thought it was a smart thing to do, but it's
Yeah.
not my natural
Right.
kind of thing. So, and for me, mum and dad, they didn't finish high school. They worked really hard for everything that they got. They ended up self-funded retirees. They did really, really well, but they did that through being so careful with money. So I kind of rebelled against that.
Scrooge.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went against
Worked
that.
hard, saved hard,
Yeah.
penny pinched.
Yeah, when I think, I was working so hard, I wanted to be able to enjoy that as well. So I would spend my money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how many years after the accident did you get married?
2? 3?
correct, 2,
Okay.
When did we get married? 22.
yes.
As long as one of you know, that's good. If you both
It's
don't
like
know.
maybe it was 3 or 4 years. I don't know. It's a few years.
Okay.
A few years after. Yeah.
So about 6 years ago, the accident. Okay. Halfway through between now and then, roughly married. Then obviously something's changed. Bit more long-term thinking now than, fresh relationship, shit, accident, trauma. Okay, now we're married. Now things are serious. Okay, now we're thinking much longer term. Things are okay, obviously as good as it can be health-wise.
Yep.
That would make, for me, that would make me start to think, all right, I'm not disappearing tomorrow. Things are actually pretty normalised now. Shit, now I've got to haul ass. That makes sense to me now, giving that context to everyone. So, so August 23, free webinar.
Yep.
Okay. So the August. Okay. So masterclass. October 23. Okay, on Zoom.
Sorry, no. That was masterclass was August, and REM was October.
REM. Okay. So so free webinar July, August. Masterclass August, September. And then, you did a REM in October. Okay, yep, cool. So, sat down to masterclass. How did that go down? Because you've watched the webinar.
Yeah.
Spent a couple of grand.
Yep.
He's going, fuck, I've been pushing buttons and poking and prodding, and all of a sudden we're spending, fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
And he's not heard how I carry on.
No, he had no idea who you were.
Okay.
No idea.
And for a calculated, structured, accountancy sort of person, that's surprising because I do get a lot of accountants actually.
Yeah.
For some reason, weird.
It's
and I
weird,
pick on them a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot on the weekend. How did you guys go when you sat down that morning? What do you think?
Well, by about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I was just like going, I like this bloke. I don't care.
It's on Saturday.
I don't care what it costs at the end of the weekend. I'm doing it.
I'm in.
I'm doing it. Yeah.
We stayed right to the end. You went late that Saturday night.
Yeah, you had even a couple of late nights, I think it was.
Yeah, we went all the way through. We were in, and we put in our application. We had our fingers crossed. You were heading down to, I remember this, you were heading down to Port Macquarie, I think.
Where Beck's family is.
Yeah, you're going to see family, and you're talking about having a look at the applications on the plane. I was, oh God, I hope he looks at our application.
Yeah, well, the quicker the docs come in, right? Because we can't help everyone.
Yeah.
And some people just want to come and kick me in the dick. And it's like, I don't have time, right? So it's like, this many people apply, we can help this many. And then out of the ones we think we can help, I'll only choose to help that many.
Yes.
Because some of them are just, anyway, some people are just ball aches.
Arseholes. I sort of just knew that there was something. I knew there was something in it. I knew that it worked.
Yeah.
Because my parents back in the 90s, they lived in the Housing Commission till I was 17.
Right.
And then they bought a house.
Yep.
I think they got a loan for, 10 years, a 10-year loan, I think it was back then.
Yeah.
And they paid it off in 4.5, 5 years.
So you knew it was real.
So I knew it was real. I knew something was real.
But back then, they would have made their clothes, taken a cut lunch, had 2 jobs. Yeah.
Well, Dad owned a taxi, and then he sold the taxi, and then he bought a coach.
Yeah.
And then he was going into the bank every week.
Yeah.
And paying cash everything on the loan.
Right.
And then he had the bank manager grabbing him on the shoulder on the way out.
Yeah.
Because he knew the bank manager.
Yeah.
And grabbing him and going, Clancy, you're not allowed to do this.
Yeah.
You can't do this. And he goes, you're going to stop me?
You can't stop me.
You can't stop me.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I knew there was some way of doing it.
Okay.
But they didn't teach you that.
But they didn't teach me that. No.
Okay.
But
they taught me. Mum and Dad taught me. You want something, you pay cash for it.
Right, and you work hard.
You work hard,
you pay cash, and no debt. Right.
No debt.
Okay.
So I never had a credit card in my life.
Okay.
Like never. So yeah.
Okay.
Always pay cash.
Okay. Now, $540,000 mortgage, late 23 or October 23, October 23. How much is on the home loan today?
Zero.
Paid off.
It's gone.
Okay, from October 23, October 23. Now, firstly, we'll go back because we've actually sold the home. But before we act like smart asses, before we sold the home, how much was owing on the home? From the 540?
Before we sold the home? Nothing. We paid it off.
How long did it take to pay off $540,000?
15 months.
Yep, 15 months.
15 months.
Yes.
Yes.
So we sold the bikes, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. Caravan,
Yes.
boat.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so we sold all the toys
All the toys.
except for the Skyline.
Except the Skyline.
It's
Starting to get hot in here. Let's just settle down a little. We don't take this too far, okay? Jeez, we're gonna hear that. So we kept the got to keep the sneezer.
Yeah.
Kept the Skyline. Paid the house off in 15 months through rapid repay,
Yes.
structuring, and selling toys. Because the problem is we get toys, but against the mortgage, or we think we own them cash, but we've still got a 27-year loan. So sold the toys, cleared the mortgage, and then since then, and also you sold the investment
sold the
property
investment
that was
property.
acquired with no socks. So we
Yes.
put some shoes on it and sold
We
it.
did.
Okay, and that cleared the mortgage.
That cleared the mortgage.
Okay, reset, toys gone, investment gone, served its purpose, had a quick win, and away we go. So 540's gone, home's there. Did we do any new investing?
We sure did.
How many? If any, how many?
5?
5.
Yes.
Okay. That started in October 23.
Yeah.
So from October 23 to now, early 25, 5 new investments.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all right.
Do you know if any of them made any money?
Yeah, I think they have.
They have. Just check because you're the
I kinda
calculated
look
one,
at-
right? You kind of
Yeah.
look at it all the time. Okay. So 5 new investment properties making money. I mean, look, if they move 5% per annum, you'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, very happy.
Whatever their values are at 5%, bit of cash flow, bit of
Yeah.
tax back. Okay. Now, we then have sold the home in Canberra.
Yes,
Okay. And we've moved interstate.
we have.
Okay. And where are we living now?
Living on the Gold Coast.
We're living on
On
the
the
Gold
Gold
Coast.
Hence the tan at the start
Yeah,
of
the
this
tan.
conversation.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to come in a singlet today.
He would-
Put your sleeves on, Whitey.
He would have if he could have.
You get a free
His-
pair of thongs when you move up here. All right?
It's his uniform, isn't it?
It is a
Okay.
uniform. Yeah.
So, all the shits and giggles, but
Yeah.
you both look so happy
Yeah.
and so relaxed.
Yeah.
Why?
It's because we have purpose now, and we're living a life that we thought was way down the track.
Right.
And through the work that we've done and by following the plan, that got fast tracked. And we're living what we dreamt about. We're doing that right now.
Okay.
And
Well,
yeah.
I'll give context to non-infinity listeners because we get people follow for years, sometimes trying to do it themselves. Some context, if that's okay. We've got 5 investment properties. We cleared all our debt. We sold our home. We've got a fuck ton of cash.
Yeah.
We've got deposits on multiple properties as well that are yet to finish, that are nearly finished on waterfront properties, etc. on the coast. And at the moment, you're renting a brand new waterfront
Yes.
apartment. So rent vesting.
Yeah, rent based.
5 investments underway. Living in a beautiful, I see the pictures on socials, the fucking sunrise,
Yeah.
the sunset. You're out in the park with the dog.
Yeah.
Tough gig.
It's so hard, isn't it?
Very
It's
tough.
so hard.
Now, we're not intending to rent forever because
No.
it's pretty tough, right?
Yeah.
But that was a strategic decision whilst you wait for you're renting a waterfront property whilst you wait for your other waterfront property to be built, right?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to occupy that hopefully at a decent gain with 0 capital gains tax.
That's right. It's all part of the strategy.
Okay.
So we are making decisions and you know, there's some sacrifices. Yeah, we're living waterfront, but we're not living
Well, you're in a house in Canberra, right?
we're in a big house.
Now you're in an apartment
Yeah.
temporarily.
Yeah, but we're making those decisions because we know that, or part of it is all just a bit of an adventure to try different things, and
Yeah.
that's living now.
Is that fun?
Yeah,
It is.
it's
Like
heaps
the
of-
new cafe, the new
Yeah.
food, the new beach,
Yeah.
the new...
New
I mean, I don't know
experiences.
what beaches there are in Canberra. Lake Burley Griffin.
Yeah, Lake Burley Griffin. It's not a great beach. You got to get past the blue-green algae, in the water, and yeah.
I'm not picking on
Okay.
Canberra, by the way. I love Canberra. When I go to the snow.
Yeah, as you're driving through it.
Fucking cold.
It is, but it honestly, it's about now we feel like we're really living. So it wasn't about splashing the cash around on toys. Now it's living where we want to be, being around people we want to be around, working in roles that are giving us a great deal of purpose and passion and stimulation.
Do you reckon you spend more or less time together since you moved? As a couple? Or similar?
More.
Yeah, I think more.
I think more. Yeah.
You're doing because I see us on socials, you're up every fucking morning, cooking, having a cute little brekkie together and stuff, or on the weekends and the sunrise, and seems like you settled in pretty well for a big move.
It's been massive. It's been a massive few months. But because we're doing something new together, we are literally together.
Yeah, and it's keeping you on your toes, right?
It is keeping us on your toes.
New
and
area,
one another.
you got to meet new friends,
That's
new
it.
neighbours, new community. But support one and each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so Geoff, panel beater, so leaving Canberra, it's like, fuck, what do? You just quit, pick up the phone, get another job? How'd you go for work moving to Queensland?
Oh, pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
Pretty easy. Second phone call.
You winked at him with those boys. Didn't you, eh? You did a FaceTime call, not a phone call. Hello.
No, it was a second phone call it was. The first phone call was a contractor, and I know what they do with contractors. They flog them. Yeah. And I didn't want that with my body. Yeah. And the second phone call, the office lady, I asked her, I said, could I speak to the manager? Yeah. She turned around and said, yeah, he's out at the moment. Yeah. I'll get him to give you a call back. And I said, do you want me to give you a few details? And I gave her a few details and told her that I'm a panel beater, 35 years, looking for a job. And she stumbled off the phone, like nearly dropped the phone in her hands. They were desperate.
They were looking. It's hard to get staff, right?
They were looking,
Yeah, so it was right time, right place.
Right time, right place.
So did you have to take a pay cut, same pay, bit better?
Same pay.
Same pay? Okay,
yeah,
good.
Same pay.
That's good. So walk straight into a job.
Walk straight in. Yeah.
There you go. That sounds good. Good business, nice people.
Yeah, beautiful
awesome.
people. Yeah, really good.
Okay.
Really happy.
Good. There you go. Wasn't that hard at all, was it?
No, it wasn't.
All that stress and anxiety and what is this? Gone. Done. Job. Okay. And Christine.
Yes.
You've left your CFO executive leadership role.
I have.
Okay.
I'm no longer around the leadership table and taken up a new opportunity.
New opportunity. You're stuck here with us.
I am.
Yeah. So
I'm not stuck at all.
So not at all.
No, I love it.
So for those who are not familiar with Christine and Geoff's story, Christine works here as one of our senior advisors in Wellstratus, given the CA background and CFO, etc., and all these names and acronyms with a strong accounting background, 5 properties to their belt, home was paid off. Who better to help guide our community than people that have walked the walk and talked the talk? So that's been exciting the last couple of months. Lots of systems and processes and what goes where in the jigsaw puzzle. But you already started working with families just like you were a couple of years ago. And what's that feel like?
That is the best feeling ever.
Okay.
It feels so amazing to be part of someone else's journey. And because I know how much can be gained from following the process, to work with others to achieve the same thing, honestly, it fills my bucket and more. It is awesome.
Do you think she has a bit more of a pep in her step when she gets home now?
Oh, I think so. 100%.
Yeah.
It's quite good to watch, to be honest. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's the number one, like, as you're starting to work with clients and that sort of stuff through, learning and training and yourselves, what do you think because a lot of people are in their own way. So if you're in your head, you're dead. What do you think some of the number one things you're now noticing on the other side? Because you've been on the other side where clients are this, that, the other. But now you're on the other side and you can sit there and shake your head and go, for fuck's sake. Respectfully, but...
Yeah, of course.
What do you think are some of the things that, especially with a backgrounding in accounting and it's okay, what do you think some of the things that people they're just happy staying miserable or comfortable, or it's too good to be true, or it doesn't what do you think some of the key things you're now seeing from the inside, not just the outside, because you sound at the hood now, what are the main things people need to fucking get over or stop thinking or doing, or what would you say to some of that?
That there is this huge machine behind it all. This is something that is really well organised, and there's a huge team of very skilled people here who know what they're doing. And I think being able to, I know we say a lot, you've got to trust the process, and it's really easy to say trust the process, but honestly it's the key, because the people who are guiding everyone's journey, they know exactly what they're doing. So I think the biggest thing I've learned is really seeing how hard everyone works here, how passionate they are about seeing success for their clients. They really genuinely want the best outcome for their clients.
And you would hope every business wants that. But
of course.
What do you think is the big roadblock for the consumer? Like when you watch a webinar now, or and you see a chat bar, and you're like, because now you see now you know, like when you're on late and somebody's like farting in their mouth, they're like blah blah blah, and it's a statement, not a question, and you see me get frustrated. Now on the other side, you're like, oh, you poor bastard. You know what I mean? What do you think some of the common things that people are stuck on?
I think
like they're in their own, like to be in their own way, or they don't think budget, or they think budgeting means you go broke. Like, what are some of the things you've noticed now? Is there anything that jumps out at you?
There's probably a few. The whole "it's too good to be true" thing.
You would think that as an accountant anyway, right?
Absolutely. It's ingrained in us, particularly as Australians. It's that, you know, we don't like it. We've got the tall poppy thing, and we've got "it's too good to be true." I think you come back to the data. The data doesn't lie.
Yep.
And, you know, the facts are there, and you can't argue with the facts. So I think it's like just for a moment, think that it can be true. That it is true.
Yeah, even if you don't do it. I think that's sort of like that. Just imagine if, just pretend it's real.
But what if it's true?
Yeah, so pretend it's real.
Yeah,
do them and get a calculator out and pretend and assume it's real.
Yeah.
And then when you do the numbers, if it's real, it's real.
Exactly. It's opening your mind to the possibility that it actually could work. And if you're doing that and have a look at it, well then, you know, take the step forward. I think we're too limiting in many ways the way we.
Yeah, none of us believe anything's really actually. It's easier to be as uncomfortable as we are than maybe be a bit more uncomfortable to be comfy. So.
Yeah, I mean, what we're doing in terms of.
Well, you've sold your house, you've packed up your life, you've moved interstate, you've sold all your toys, you've changed employers, both of you.
Yeah, well, I've changed careers.
Everything's changed.
Correct. So there's a lot of discomfort in what we're doing, but we've embraced it because it's part of living. It's part of achieving the goals that we're setting out to achieve. And you're not going to gain anything by doing the same thing over and over. You have to do something different. If you want a different outcome, you've got to do something different.
So tell me this. We've got our new home going to settle late this year, early next year. So we'll be back out of the rental, back into the home. It's another waterfront property up here. Where to from here? New bike? New bikes?
Maybe a new bike, yeah.
Maybe a new bike.
Maybe a new bike. So when the bikes and toys are gone, it's not like, okay, it's gone forever. It's like, cool. We've made some smart, savvy financial decisions to relinquish some things now, which, mind you, the bike's a couple of years old. Now what would they be? 4 or 5 years old. And now you get to get a newer bike or a better bike. Yeah. And you can absolutely afford it guilt-free.
That's exactly right.
So where to from here once we get into the new home? Is that the forever home?
No.
No?
I think we'd like slightly larger home. I think that's what we're working out.
So was this transaction the dream home, or was it a strategic acquisition?
Strategic acquisition.
So it's not really a home. No. You're going to live in it. There's no capital gains tax.
Yeah. That's true.
But it was really a strategic decision that some fuckwit put in front of you.
Yeah. I wonder who that was. Absolutely. And look, it's something that we'll enjoy and we'll embrace. But yeah, it's not our forever home. It's part of a plan. So I think what's next for us is really trying to devise what the plan is, you know, how many steps ahead before we get to what we consider our forever home, if you can ever have a forever home.
Not me, I'm too eccentric. I keep jumping around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I grew up as a kid, a Raffy kid, so I'm used to moving around.
We used to do housing commission house swaps.
Yeah.
You remember the trading post?
Yeah.
Tell them you could actually go like in the local paper. You'd be like, hey, looking to swap a 1-bedroom unit in this suburb for a 3-bedroom townhouse in this suburb, and you could swap houses.
And you moved around that way.
Yeah, I found it fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Mum went from a unit in Corrimal to a townhouse in Marilla to a house in Mount Warrigal.
Wow.
Like we traded.
Wow.
Yeah. And sometimes someone else wanted our place and we wanted that. And it's like all these daisy chains of like people buying it. But we're just houso swapping. I don't know if you can still do it, but
I don't know.
I thought that was fucking wild.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Old houso swap. It's like racing for pink slips or something. You're just swapping houses.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay.
What else? Maybe a workshop for Geoff.
Yeah, maybe a workshop.
Because, you know, we don't want to go back to a big, large house again. But
so maybe a space to you have your own, like the Skyline or your own project and pride and joy to play with.
And someone else's pride and joy that I could work on.
Yeah. So your day-to-day job, but then something on the side maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, maybe a bit of that.
Okay.
I want to keep doing this work. Absolutely. I want to master this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Now, what questions have you got for me? Ask me anything.
I think the first one, because it ties in with the question you just asked us, is where do you see us going? What do you think's ahead for us?
Oh, I don't know if you can handle that, because we did this conversation
it's only a few months
6
ago.
months ago maybe, and I got on a whiteboard and I drew all this stuff, and you went, yeah, and then I asked a lot of questions. And then I asked a lot of questions about what you didn't tell me, not what you did tell me. And then I drew this whole big new plan that involved selling, moving interstate, changing careers. I don't think you would have thought any of that would have come out in a couple of months. In a couple of hours.
Oh, hell no. That was nowhere near on the cards. That was the biggest blindside of my life, I'd have to say, wasn't it? Yeah.
A lot of trust in that.
Huge trust.
A lot of trust in that.
Huge.
So where to from here? The world's your oyster, really. Do we go from 5 investments to 10 investments? Do we go from 5 investments in the new home down to 3 investments and no debt on the home? So there's quite, we've got the frame of the jigsaw puzzle, but what order do we put what pieces in? And that's an ongoing evolution, because once you frame it, well, we can put the pieces in, we can we've got the frame, we've got the box.
Frame.
As long as we don't lose any pieces, drop on the floor, we're fine. Somebody always fucking drops a piece on the floor. But so I think for you guys, it's going to be a case of what you want.
Yeah, okay.
It's the direction you want to go. It's what you want to achieve. I just have to make it happen.
Cool.
You guys have to do the work. We're just responsible to make sure that we've got all the pieces to put in the puzzle. Now, that could be 10, knowing where we're headed. That could be 20 properties. Could be 10 really, really affluent properties that are negatively geared but have great capital growth. Or it could be cheaper properties that are neutrally positively geared. It's going to be that balance.
Many options.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is none of us really actually know where we're going.
No.
This is so true.
Right? But you got to have a destination.
It's the goalposts on the footy field.
You've got to at least know how to score. So right now, we know exactly what you're doing, and we know what goals we need to score at what point in the match. We know how to win the game. We just have to be able to convert. But it's then if we decide that it's not just one game, maybe it's a season.
Yeah. Aha.
That's going to be an episode 2
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
So definitely later this year, early
season.
next year.
Yeah, okay.
There's going to be part 2 of, well, we won that match. Now we're going into the Premier League for an entire season. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would say that you have the capacity and skills and desire to go as far as you would like to, as far as you're comfortable. I mean, for your job, Christine, it's living, walking, talking proof. So, I mean, you can continue to go until you're not comfortable, or Geoff goes, fuck, I'm not going to send you anything, I'm scared, we've got too many houses now, you know what I mean? Well, you go, no, we love this. This is a sport, this is a game.
Yeah.
So I think the world's your oyster.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
My other question would be, has your why changed over the years? We know what your why was when you started, when you and Beck kicked off, and it was out of necessity. Has your why changed?
Partially. I think there's a couple of sub-whys.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So the why has always been out of necessity, because married, divorced, shit financial position. So it was necessity to get us to where we get clients to now, which we did it very well, very quick. So that was the core why. As we did that, it turned into a business. Yeah. Which is the truth. People going, hey, can you help? So that then became a why, and always was in banking and finance. It was just helping other people, explaining how to do it, even if it's for free, even if it was at a barbecue and I was the head chef of the barbecue mafia. So that why extended to really helping others, which I got back to we got super hooked and passionate and addicted to. So then it went from necessity to ourselves, to helping others, to then helping others and making that a commercial viable business as well. Yeah. That then changed into giving back. Yes. Then it changed into helping others, giving back, and at scale. which developed into breaking the fucking system.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still, I want to break financial services in Australia.
Yeah.
Like I want this to be the biggest bank heist in history. And I mean, we had 1,100, 1,200 people on the weekend on the event. It's fucking wild.
It's huge.
You know what I mean? No one's doing that.
Yeah.
People are desperate for leads, let alone actual customers.
Yeah.
And the comments in the chat bar and the social media posts of people dancing to the song for it's wild, right?
Huge.
So I think that creating that community now, and I'll jump back for a sec. The next thing is like family. So for us, family, hopefully in the near future, the why's always been deeply seated in having the ability to have a family, to be super present as a father, being a single mum, only child, and nan and pop and that, and adopted parents. That's still very deeply rooted, right? Like work so hard now that I don't have to anymore. But that stopped so long ago.
Yes.
That
you're still going.
Yeah. Like when's
so
enough
that's why
enough?
I'm wondering,
right?
where did your why change? Yeah.
So the why has evolved. It's still to break things here, but it's kind of a global purpose and legacy play now. We can replicate this in multiple countries.
Yeah, cool.
We can replicate this at scale so many places, but we're so deeply committed to Australia that we only explore and discuss and nibble and all sorts of stuff around the world and consider because we're so deeply connected to our community here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in America next week.
Yeah.
So, but our core focus is here. And the core focus is the scale of that for legacy, for impact. Like this is something we'll hand down to our children as long as it still applies. If the world changes and I don't keep up pace with it, we've got a problem.
Yeah.
But I pivot pretty quickly because we live and breathe this stuff.
Yep.
So I pivot, the client pivots. So giving back, as you guys know, a couple of $100,000 for Kmart, the Chrissy party, all that sort of stuff. So it's sort of evolved a little bit. You always think you'll be satisfied or you think you've made enough impact or helped enough people. And then each time you sort of go, wow, helped 1,100 people in 2 days. And the weekend before, 500 people. We think, fuck, who's helping 1,600 people in a week in 7 to 9 days, right? Then I'm like, it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. So, I don't know, I probably need
When will it be enough?
I don't know. Till we have a family, I think that I've got a lot of people to piss off, a lot of people to prove wrong, and a lot of shit to fuck up. So it all goes in my black book, and the haters keep compiling, and the whingers keep whinging, and I keep proving them all wrong, and we keep doing amazing things. Or the clients do the amazing. We just give them the framework.
Yeah.
As long as I get thousands of people saying, hey, I need help, and they're prepared to listen to 1 and 1 equals 2, and then they go and do, fuck, why stop?
That's awesome.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Maybe we need to do a therapist and interview me or something. I've got a problem. I can't.
You're laser focused on it.
Yeah. A little bit of family will change that.
Yeah.
I'm very confident family will change it. I'll make a decision.
Yeah.
You know, I will very much pull back in the near future on talking to a gazillion people on social media and all the content. I mean, we've got so much valuable stuff out there for free.
Yeah.
Then the chat with people like, I'm 80 grand ahead from a free webinar 6 months ago. Before they paid us a cent. Like, that's fucking cool.
It's amazing.
That's cool. Do you know what I mean?
That
like,
really fill you.
The best. Even if I never meet those people, I know it's happening. That's sick. That's awesome. So yeah, I got some pretty big aspirations that not everyone knows, and they're big. And I probably don't think, unless I get hit by a bus tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to stop.
That is really exciting.
Yeah, it's also fucking it's a problem. It's a problem. But I think the biggest thing for us now, for Beck and I, is, and I said this to some people earlier, I'm very unsatisfied with our culture at the moment because we've scaled rapidly.
Yes.
You know, we doubled, quadrupled, and that sometimes can be, hey, if you've got a pole swing, can you start? And then we promote from within, and someone gets really good at a job there, then they go here, and with that comes complexities. And then I keep talking about hiring for skill.
Yeah.
I can train skill, but I can't train you to put your trolley back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't train you to help a little old lady with the groceries or say hello to someone in the lift in a building. Or So Beck and I that watch this space, because people hear this and they'll shit themselves. Once we're back from this business trip, I will very much intravenously force feed myself and Beck and our passion and purpose and belief into our entire team. And some people will not like that.
Yeah, okay.
And that's okay. They can go be their best somewhere else.
Yeah.
And some of them will hear this and go, oh, fuck. Some of them will self-select. But I think 90+% of our culture will completely embrace it, love it, live it, breathe it, absolute passion and purpose, which will filter through our community to our clients and their outcomes. But I'm actually not satisfied with what's happening at the moment. And that's just an evolution of scale. When you grow rapidly, you can lose culture, diminish culture. People start to do their own things instead of what's proven to be really valuable to people. So I'm just going to, so to speak, intravenously force feed that to everybody over the coming months. And that's going to be interesting.
Can't wait.
It'll be interesting. There'll be some tears, tiaras and tantrums.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. A little bit of pain, a lot of gain. Anything else?
Is there anything you would do differently in hindsight?
I always said that I'd never get this big.
Yeah.
You tend to make more money if you're doing it for money. You make more money when you're small. And when we built the business, we ran at a loss because no one else is giving ongoing service and relationship managers and coaching and portals and like clients pay you money, you spend it back on them and do fucking Christmas parties and wild events and, you know, like hire a so I always look back and think I wish I never got that big and just sort of stayed in a nice boutique Monday to Friday space.
Sustainable kind of.
Yeah, like make more money, work less hours. But then I realised I'd be fucking lazy.
You'd be bored.
I'd be bored. So that's definitely something probably I've always thought I would do differently. And also, there's a lot of fucked up people out there on social media and the internet and this sort of stuff. And it's like, they're all fucked. Kerry said this, it's like hurt people.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? Like my natural response instead of is like, who hurt you, bro? You need a cuddle with a struggle, you know? So I think it's hard. Anyone who puts themselves on any platform, in Australia especially, so Tall Poppy, you've got to be prepared to be bashed, beaten, slandered, slaughtered, fucking attacked 24/7.
Does it bother you? Does it get
Not
to
anymore. I think it's hilarious now. I was having on the internet the other night on Face Space or whatever. Guys like, as if you listen to this flop in a hat and a shirt. That's why I responded. I said, well, this flop in a hat and a shirt's doing all right financially. I'm happy to share some stuff if you want. Yeah, prove it. Cool. What would you like to see? 1 million, 10 million, you know, like this happens every. And I don't know why my brain goes there and I entertain it for a while. Then I see Taryn who runs socials and that as well. She's like, and she'll just block them.
yeah.
Like, why are you arguing with a fucking idiot? They drag you to the deep end of the pool, G, and you can't swim. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But every now and then you think, you don't fucking know me. Fuck you. Who's the flop?
Yeah.
And then I look them up and I see where they live and what they do and their photos. And I'm like, you're a fucking flop. Do you know what I mean? Takes one to know one. And then I think, oh, and like sometimes I'll be like, cool, how much did you donate to charity last year, bro? Like I'm blessed that I donated more to charity last year than some people earn in a couple of years. And that doesn't make me a better person. It just means I've worked really hard to do something that most people couldn't imagine doing. But to me, that makes me a good person. Not better, a good person.
Good person.
And I sleep really well at night. So these days it's just like block. You're never going to work with me. I'm never going to let you into my community, even if you apply for help one day and realise you were wrong. You can be wrong, but you're just never going to come and get my help. And Craig was saying this the other day. I didn't know this in 2016 with Craig and Kim. And he goes, after a couple of meetings, he said, I got up and went, well, I got to take a piss. You guys clearly need to decide what you want to do. And by the way, you need me. I don't need you. You figure it out. And I shut the door so they could talk privately in the boardroom and went and took a piss. And I actually remember, went, yeah. And I text back and said, hey, I'll be done in about half an hour now. These people just need to make up their mind. I'll see you for dinner soon.
Wow.
And sounds quite egotistical, but I know my numbers.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, people need the service we can provide. We don't need the whole country. I want to fuck shit up. I want to help everyone, but it's not possible.
Yeah, it's not possible, yeah.
So I think as well, and it's a good one, I'm going to have to use it, but everybody needs somebody, not necessarily the other way around. So it doesn't, you know, you got to, if you put yourself out there, you got to be prepared to have a crack.
I don't understand why people do it, why people need to be nasty. I don't understand.
Hurt people. And look, lonely, miserable, not possible, scam, rot, whatever, but good on them. You know what we do? We prove to them, like I do very publicly on podcasts and YouTubes, addresses and transactions and outstanding client results. Outside of that, if you think that's all bullshit or you guys are paid actors that moved interstate to a new fucking TV network or something, fuck, I don't know. Like, how fucking dumb do you have to be to question what's factually accurate?
Yeah.
You're just going to be dumb.
Results speak.
Or scared. Or really, really scared and really, really hurt. And those people I feel sorry for.
Yeah.
But I can't help them.
True.
They've got to help themselves. That's it. Well, we're definitely going to do a part 2.
Brilliant.
And a part 3.
And 3.
And a 4.
And 4.
Yeah, got a few things cooking in my brain. So part 2 is going to be later this year.
Okay.
Part 3, early mid the following year.
Mm-hmm.
And part 4, subsequent to that in due course, depending on what you guys decide to put in your strategy.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
Well, that's it. End of part 1. Nothing left to... See ya.
See ya.